everyone! This is what happens when you don't have an intro. It has been a hot minute since my last YouTube video. Sorry, a whole lot has happened in that time, like an entire pandemic. And living in the Philippines for a year, so I just wanted to say hello to everyone that's stuck around, new faces, old faces. Thank you for supporting me. Sorry that I have been the most inconsistent YouTube creator probably of all time, but I wanted to make my YouTube comeback video a bit of a reflection about how the Philippines has changed my life in the last 2 years. Okay, before we jump into things, this video is brought to you by Nivea Naturally Good Deo, because even influencers need to pay their bills. But really, this stuff is so good, guys. More about that later. Let's jump into things and talk about kind of how the last 2 years in the Philippines has totally shaped the person that I am now. 2 years ago, let's backtrack a little, I was a completely different person. So Carson, Kaloy, he likes to call it Corporate Zoe versus Adventure Zoe. So not only do they look very different, just their whole lifestyles were polar opposites, completely worlds apart. But yes, Corporate Zoe, here's some photos, spent a lot of money. She made money, but she spent all of her money. I'm talking more than $1,000 a year on makeup, $300 every time I got my hair done. My nails and my eyebrows were done twice a month. My nails would cost me around $50, my eyebrows $20, just so much money. And not only did I spend a lot of money on maintaining Corporate Zoe, for fun, Corporate Zoe turned into Party Zoe on weekends. So I spent even more money maintaining that kind of lifestyle. I didn't hike, I didn't go outdoors, like I was just a completely different human being. And then one day I met a boy. Aww. So if you're new here, I have been backpacking with Carson, aka Pisang Hilao, for 2 years. But I did meet him at the end of 2018 in the Philippines, and I realized then that there was a whole different world out there, and it was possible to enjoy your life without breaking the bank. So I quit my job and I started backpacking with a boy, much to my mother's dismay. And it was supposed to be a 4-month trip, which has turned into 2 years. And in that 2 years, a boy has taught me a lot, but I have also taught myself a lot about priorities and the important things in life. And now makeup, hair, nails, all of that sit very, very low on my priority list. I have done myself up a little bit today because I'm sitting in front of a camera, you can't blame me. But usually I don't bother. A big part of the reason for like cutting down and everything was because I was backpacking. I had to fit everything into one backpack. Okay. 2, but like main backpack and then front pack with laptop and stuff. Anyway, I had to fit everything into my backpack, and I managed to get it down to less than 10 kilos whenever I started traveling. Yes, I picked up a few things along the way, but my general rule was if I buy something, I get rid of something else. I don't like to add weight. I'm not very macho. So I became really mindful of everything that I had because I had to literally carry it on my own back. And I saw around me Filipinos who were below the poverty line, and they had very, very little, but they were still so happy. And I think being confronted with that every day, I really realized that you don't need all the shiny things to be happy. Yes, I still love my Givenchy highlighter, don't get me wrong. But do I need it to fulfill my life and my soul? This is getting really deep. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not redoing any of this. Yeah, I realized I don't need all the fancy things to make me feel good, because I was getting that out of real life experiences and meeting people who were contributing to my emotional wealth. This is so deep. It also made me really consider every single item that I bought and the benefits that come with it, because I was not rolling in money anymore. Not that I ever really was, but I did not have as much money as corporate Zoe had. So I wasn't splashing out on things that I didn't really need, that didn't have many positive benefits other than making my consumer heart flutter. It became even more of a huge life change when the pandemic hit. We were making less money. It's really hard to be a travel blogger during a pandemic when you can't travel. So we were making a lot less money, and my priorities shifted again, where I started valuing health over wealth. That's so cliche, but it's like, I don't know how else to put it. I need to scroll on my computer. So when we were locked down and we had a place to kind of settle and call home, I started cooking all of our food, whereas before we'd always eat out. So I was cooking our food. We were eating a lot less meat. I became a plant eater, just like everyone else, I'm sure, but here's some photos. Became a plant eater. I'm still a plant eater. Look at my monstera. Isn't she beautiful? And then I picked up yoga and meditation because it helped me stay grounded and active, because I definitely wasn't getting my steps in since we weren't hiking or adventuring. One thing that I really loved when we were backpacking, and something I missed a lot during the pandemic, was meeting all sorts of people from all over the world who had done what I had done and left their lives as they knew it behind. But one thing I noticed is that they all had something in common, which was a more of an eco-conscious mindset. So there would be vegetarians, vegans, plastic warriors, wildlife warriors, advocates for dogs. Hey, but they all had their this thing at the center of what they did that really drove them, and it was all about culture and the environment and just making a better world. And that was driving me. And it drives a lot of people. So, when you meet these people with these huge goals and their visions, you start to pick up on the things that they're doing, and you adapt them to your own life. Even just little changes like no more single-use plastic, reef-safe sunscreen, natural insect repellent, reusable water bottles, bamboo straws. Like, these are just things that I brought into my day-to-day life, that I picked up from other people. I became less of a mindless consumer and more of a mindful consumer. I just made that up then, and I think that's really clever. A mindful consumer. I still buy things, but I'm more conscious of the things that I buy. Which leads me to my next part. Nivea Naturally Good Deo. You know how the influencers do? Does it matter if it's clear? Oh, whatever. Also, roll on. First is a spray, comes in both, but not like an aerosol spray, so I can still travel with it, which is awesome. That was my dog yawning. Come say hi. Hi, up. Yay! We say hi to everyone. You guys are probably used to my stories with Nuck. This is much better. He doesn't bite. So as I became more mindful of the things that I was buying, I was so happy to find a deodorant that suits my new lifestyle. So it is natural, of course, it's in the name. So it is Naturally Good Deo, but it's in a glass bottle. Yes, plastic lid, but a glass lid would be a little extra. So yeah, it reduces my plastic consumption. It smells amazing. So it is aloe vera based and super, super fresh smelling. It's a gel as well, so it doesn't leave white marks on like black shirts. Speaking of, do you like my shirt? represent. So it's made of 95% natural ingredients and is of course aloe vera based. It contains glycerin. It contains 0 paraben and aluminium. Before anyone makes fun of me or for the way I say aluminium, it's Australian. That's how we say it. So yeah, 0% aluminium and paraben and 100% vegan. So if you are looking for a deodorant that suits like a natural, healthy and vegan lifestyle, this is it. So if you are watching this from the Philippines, you can buy Nivea Naturally Good Deo online on Lazada or at your nearest Watsons. They're everywhere, there's no excuse. I bought heaps with me to Australia. I am stocked for like a year because I haven't seen it in stores here yet, so I'm good to go. So guys, that is a wrap. Thank you for making it this far if you have. Well, obviously you have if you're watching this. Okay, so that is a wrap. Thank you for watching, and I promise I'm gonna try and be more consistent while I'm here in Australia to make videos. I really don't have much else to do. So let me know also what kind of videos you'd like to see while I'm home. Filipino based content, Australian content, yeah, whatever. Just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more consistent content and updates. I do use that more. And please also drop a comment if you have tried Nivea Naturally Good or if you would like to try it. I would love to hear how you make the switch to Nivea Naturally Good Deo. So thanks for watching and see you next time.